Hey guys, you should be taking notes over how to solve inequalities using addition and subtraction. Today we are only again looking at addition and subtraction, so let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and title this Solving Inequalities with Addition and Subtraction, and your essential question is, how can I use addition or subtraction to solve inequalities? The only way that we can make this happen is with two properties. The first property is addition property of inequality, and then the second one is the subtraction property of inequality. And again, it's kind of like equations where what you do to one side you have to do to the other. So if you add the same number to each side of the inequality remains true. Sorry, there's supposed to be a comma there. And if you subtract the same number from each side of an inequality, comma, the inequality remains true. Alright, let's go ahead and start with some examples. Alright, let's look first with subtraction problems, and then we're going to graph them. Graphing usually always happens with inequalities because you're talking about multiple answers, and we're going to visually show you what all the answer possibilities are. So, number one, b is our variable. How do we undo the subtraction with b? We add b. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other to keep the statement true. Now we have b is greater than -9 plus 2 is -7, and we are going to graph it. Graphing it happens on a number line for right now. Okay, so 0, here's -7. Okay, b is going to be greater than -7, so there's this open circle because it can't be -7, and we are going to shade to the right of -7. Alright, number 2. M minus 3.8. How do we undo the subtraction of 3.8? We add 3.8 to both sides to keep the statement true. Now we have m is less than or equal to 5 plus 3.8 is 8.8. Alright, on our number line, we have 0, we have 8.8, we have a filled in circle because it can be 8.8, and m is smaller, so we are going to shade to the left. Alright, next one, we have m minus 1/4, so we are going to add 1/4 to both sides to keep the statement true. Alright, now y is going to be less than 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4, which is 1/2. So y is greater than 1/2, so on our number line, we have 0, we have 1/2 is super close to it, 1/2, and y is less than 1/2, so we're shading to the left, and we have an open circle since it doesn't have that little line underneath the symbol. Alright, our next set of examples. Looking at addition. How do we undo the addition of 5? We take away 5 from both sides, take away 5 from both sides. K is still going to be less than or equal to -3 minus 5 is -8. When we graph it, here is 0, -8. We have a closed circle because it's equal to, and k is less than, so we're going to shade to the left. Alright, 5. We're going to take away 2/3 to get z by itself. Take away 2/3. Z is z is greater than or equal to 5/6 minus 2/3. We're going to need some room for some scratch work, so I'm going to go off to the side. 5/6 minus 2/3. Before we can do the subtraction, we have to have like denominator, so I'm going to multiply by 2, 5/6 minus 4/6, 5 minus 4 is 1, and the denominator stays at a 6, so we have 1/6. Alright, here's our 0, 1/6. We have a filled in circle above 1/6. And z is greater than, so we are going to shade to the right. Last example, we have number 6. We're going to take away 0.7 to undo that addition. Take away 0.7. We will have p greater than we have same sign, so we're going to add them together, keep the sign. 7 plus 3 is a 0, carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, decimal place stays in the right place, and keep the sign. Okay, so P is greater than -3, 0, -3, open symbol because it doesn't have that line underneath, and we are going to shade to the right because P is bigger. Alright, here are your on your own problems. Okay, so go ahead and check them. When you are ready, press play. Thank you for pausing your video. For number 1, you should have gotten that U was greater than or equal to -2, graphed it, -2, filled in circle, and your -2 is less than, so you should be filling in to the right. Alright, number 2, you should have added 2.5 to both sides, and you should have got that Q is greater than or equal to 8.8. And when you graphed it, you had a filled in circle at 8.8, and Q is less than, so we are going to fill to the left. Alright, 3, we should have taken away 9 from both sides, and that got that S was less than 24. Alright, graphing it, 24 way over here, fill open circle because it's not equal to, and then shade to the left. Alright, last but not least, number 4, we should have taken away 1/3 from both sides, and we would have got -3/3, which is equal to -1 is greater than or equal to F, graphed it, -1, so filled in circle, and we should have filled into the left because -1 is greater. Alright, go ahead and answer your essential question and go take that checkpoint. I hope you guys have a great night.